Alright, now that I have them all into position, what I'm going to do is grab my there we go, gotta hold it. And I can scrub through by clicking and holding and dragging it across there. And you can see my ball is bouncing. Right? So, there it goes. Now my settings, let me show you where those are so that you know. Right down here you have the typical settings for, they call them VCR settings. It's rewind, one back, and play. Then you have a sound controller. Here you have onion skins so that you can see the in-betweens in front and back, much like we'll be doing for walk cycles. And then of course your trash can. So when you click play, it'll play it over and over again, such as a loop animation. It loops it back to the beginning and plays it again and again. Okay? Alright, so now what we want to do is make sure that this is what we want. If you want to modify your balls or the position of your balls, you can go back here to the layers and grab your tools and go ahead and, oops, I've got the right one here, shall we? Let's go back to the beginning. Layer 2. So you can move those balls into a different position, make modifications while you are still in the time slide, the time slider, the timeline mode. Okay. Now down here, the next step to creating your sprite animation is to export that as a GIF. And so let's go ahead and finish up the modifications for this particular ball exercise, and I'll show you how to get it to GIF format. Alright, so if we do not want layer 3 to show, we can simply take that timeline, or take that layer out of there. Let's see. Alright, the next step is to create your GIF file. The way that we do that is this little icon down here. There's once you depress that, it will go ahead and, actually it didn't give me that. I want to make sure that you see that. Alright, it's not going to give it to me. Usually give you a little pop-up message warning you that there's no going back, but of course you can by undoing. And you can click on it again and get your timelines back, but you notice that your work of setting up your keyframes is gone, and it has been modified to these opacity keyframes. So you can manage, you can get in here and change these if you choose. You can of course come in here and keyframe, you know, other things as well, but I want to show you the more simple way to use this tool so that it's not confusing you right off. Okay, then you'll get this that says this will convert the timeline to frame animation. Timeline keyframes will be emulated in the frame animation but will not be preserved. So that's the menu that I wanted, or the pop-up I wanted to show you. So we'll go ahead and continue. And then you can see that you have the images laid out here in succession, so that you can see the animation here. There is an in-between feature also in here So if you get more into this editor, you can certainly go ahead and play with these different features and expand your knowledge of this editor. I think it's a pretty good little editor for creating your sprite animations. Alright, so we'll come up here to the File menu, Save for Web and Devices is the one that I want to show you. In here, you have options to create a GIF file. So the settings that I typically use are GIF32 dithered, selective, and I just pretty much use the defaults unless I have something really specific. So I'll come down here, this is my file size. Right down here in the bottom right hand corner of this pop-up menu, you'll see animation and looping options. When you export your GIF, you'll want to export it according to your particular needs. If you're putting it in a strip, though, you'll want to make sure you export that with once on. If you're exporting it for the web and you want that to run looping forever, then that option is available also. And then what you can do is come over here and preview your animation. If you have these, at least one of these I think is, there we go. So it'll tell you, give you a preview of all of your settings and your HTML. Alright, Device Central also is another option I would encourage you to play with if it is available on the machines, on the computers at school, but you can see your animation play out on a mock control. And what I've found is that the speed, playback speed, is accelerated. The way that you save that is now just go ahead in here and save Bouncing Ball. There we go. GIF. Alright. Yeah, if I come over here and open that directory and click on that, you can see that that GIF is a bouncing ball. Alright, that concludes this animation tutorial of the bouncing ball and how to write that to a GIF format.